Alright there guys, welcome back. Welcome to part 2 of which port float and when, because it's a minefield. There's thousands of options out there. And as you've noticed in part 1, we've covered the stems, okay, because that is quite an important part of it. But what about the rest of it, okay? So today we're talking about bodies and tips, okay? And these are the 4 styles of rigs that I use for, oh god, probably 90% of my fishing, to be honest, on all sorts of different venues, okay? The first one up, and this is what I use an awful lot. If you've seen my videos up at Redwood Park when I've been fishing short on pellets or maggots, I'll use this one, okay? It's the Chianti style float, okay? These are actual Preston Chiantis, okay? With a carbon stem and a nice visible tip, okay? And these are absolutely fantastic. They're a beautiful, nice, slim body, okay? So it gives you that nice slow fall through the water with the carbon stem, and because it's tapered, you don't get as much resistance as you would on a round bodied float, okay? So these are absolutely mint, and they're such a versatile float as well. Depending on what you want to fish and where you want to fish, changing the shotting pattern can change the characteristics of this float tenfold, okay? That's why I said before in earlier videos, if you find a style of float that you really like and you're comfortable using, experiment with it, okay? They're not just a one venue deal. Changing your shotting pattern, something as simple as that, can make this float work on any venue for any style of fish. So give them a go, okay? So that is the Preston Chianti. Yeah, is that going to focus in? Maybe not. Okay, so definitely give these a go, okay? So that is definitely number 1 first out of the box. Right then, so next one up is this one, and it's more of a rugby shaped, a round bodied float, okay? I don't use these very often, but if the weather's quite choppy and I need a little bit more stability, I'll pop one of these on, okay? Again, it's got quite a long fibre bristle, okay? So you can adjust your shotting. You can just overshot it and get that little dimple, or if you've got a bit of toe or anything like that you need to hold back on it, you can take a shot off and have that bristle sticking up a little bit further. Again, it's all about getting to know your floats, okay? This is the idea of this video. You don't have to have 100 pole floats in your box, because I've been there before. I've done it myself. I've had a float for every situation that every expert's recommended, and I've always gone for the same 2 or 3 every single session, regardless of where I've been. And it's because of that I've got to know how these floats react and how they work in each situation, okay? And again, it's all about confidence. If you've got confidence in your gear and you know it's going to do the job and it's going to work for you, why wouldn't you use it? Do you know what I mean? Especially in like a competition or anything like that, that extra boost of confidence can put £10 in your net before you've caught anything, because you're that confident in your gear, okay? So that is that one. If it's a little bit choppy, a little bit rough, a bit more stability, go for a round bodied float, okay? And in bigger sizes, like a gram or above, these work great on rivers as well, okay? So next up then, we have got the diamond, okay? I absolutely love this style of float, okay? The small, the chunky, the dumpy, massive amount of stability, okay? And they've got a nice thick bristle on there as well, okay? Some of them come hollow. I don't normally like hollow tip floats unless I'm fishing at like 15-16 meters, because when the sunlight hits them, they do kind of illuminate, which is great because my eyes aren't brilliant anyway. But this is just a nice thick 2mm solid bristle, okay? And these are perfect for short and shallow, for slapping, for dobbing, and even in the margins as well. They're just such a versatile float, okay? So definitely give them a go. Now the other version of that, which I do use quite a lot, and if you've seen my Redwood Park video, this is what I use for fishing shallow, okay? Very similar in design. Overall shape and length is exactly the same as well, but this one is more of an oval. It's more of a rugby ball shape, okay? And that bristle's just a little bit thinner as well. Now I use that to start my session when I'm fishing close in, just to see what's happening in the swim, okay, along with the Chianti style float as well, where I'm getting that flow through the depth. Okay, another fantastic float, and you can slap these to death as well, along with the rugby balls. Both built exactly the same way. They're a high density foam body, okay, so they'll take an absolute ton of punishment and come out unscathed all the time, okay. And that's worth mentioning as well, because a lot of the classic type floats like your Chiantis and your rugby balls and stuff like that, a lot of them are made with balsa wood, which is a fantastic material. But with balsa, once that finish is scratched or damaged, it will start to take on water over time, okay. Now a lot of my floats I have been changing over to the foam, okay, the high density foam, purely and simply because I'm clumsy as anything, okay, and I'm fed up of replacing gear that I've bust from being stupid. So these I'm looking at now are really robust. But again, it's all down to personal choice, okay. There are some hard and fast rules, but if it doesn't suit your venues, then why follow the crowd? Do you know what I mean? Pick out 3 or 4 floats and just use them. Get to know them on different venues. Fish for different species. We're using different hook baits, okay, and just see how they react. Another thing a lot of people do is when they're doing the pole rigs, they'll do the shotting patterns and they'll also tie a hook length on at home as well, okay. That's one thing I never ever do. I'll get them shotted to a certain degree, okay, and then I'll tweak it when I'm actually at the venue, and then I'll put my hook length on when I'm plumbing up, okay. And depending on the depth of that venue as well, it will depend on the shotting pattern and how I want that bait presenting. So it's good to do as much as you can at home, because it saves you time when you get to the bank doing the fine tuning. You've got time to do that and get everything critically balanced, okay. But again, it's personal choice. If you want to rock up with basic gear and get everything sorted out on the bank for any given day, that's fine. There's no stopping you doing it, is there? Just go out, experiment, but see that you don't need to spend a fortune on floats, okay. I mean, you could have a look on eBay, get a job lot of 40, and you'd maybe pick 6 or 7 that you're going to use constantly, and then just keep buying that particular style of float when you've got confidence in it. Because as we touched on before in the previous video, depending on the size of the float, it depends on the depth that you're fishing in as well. So it's like, for instance, the Chianti style floats, I've got about 40 of these, ranging from really tiny 4x8s up to 4x18s and 4x20s. I think there's a couple kicking about. Just stick to a pattern, get confident with it, use it on a regular basis, okay, and get to know it. Really get to know your floats, because once you know what happens to that float and that particular shotting pattern when it's going through the water or it's just starting to settle, you'll know proper bites from line bites and knocks and stuff like that, okay. So just take your time. As I say, there's no real hard and fast rules, okay. So just get out there, enjoy your fishing, experiment. That's what it's all about, and hopefully the fishers will oblige as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this quick guide on pole floats. I'm not even going to bother opening that can of worms that are hooks and hook lengths and stuff like that, because it just ain't worth going down that route. There's too many to even comprehend, okay. So I'm just not going down there. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for more videos coming very soon. I will be back on the bank very soon as well, get my shoulder sorted out with painkillers and that, and we'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit that notifications bell as well, because the community tab is open and I'm going to be doing some competitions on there. So stick around, get involved, and enjoy your fishing. Catch you later.